An empire is most vulnerable the moment its throne is empty, not when enemies gather at the gates, not when markets tremble, not when dissent whispers, but when there is no clear successor. Through the SayenMythos lens, this is the Succession Crisis Archetype, the structural fracture that appears when power has no engineered transfer mechanism. Strong leaders stabilize systems. They command loyalty, enforce discipline, project continuity. But if authority is centralized too tightly around one individual, the system becomes dependent on a single node. Remove the node, watch the instability spread. A succession crisis begins with ambiguity. Who inherits command? Who controls the army? Who speaks for the state? When succession rules are unclear, or contested, factions emerge instantly. All power vacuums attract ambition. Elites reposition, military commanders calculate, advisors shift alliances, rivals test limits. What once looked unified begins to fragment. The danger is not emotional chaos, it is structural competition. When legitimacy is disputed, force becomes arbitration. Civil conflict ignites not because the empire is weak, but because the rules of transfer were never secured. Stability depends less on the strength of the ruler and more on the clarity of succession. In well-engineered systems, leadership transition is ritualized. It is codified, it is expected. The moment one figure exits, another enters seamlessly. The machine continues. In fragile systems, transition becomes rupture. The military hesitates. Regional governors assert autonomy, economic actors freeze. External rivals observe carefully. Momentum stalls. The succession crisis is dangerous because it exposes hidden tensions that strong leadership once suppressed. Disagreements that were managed suddenly surface. Loyalties that were assumed fracture under pressure. The empire does not collapse immediately. It bleeds coherence. Confidence declines, policy drifts. Opportunists advance. Peripheral regions test independence. Power was never only about control, it was about continuity. And continuity requires architecture. The strongest civilizations are not those with the most powerful leaders. They are the ones that survive their departure. Here is the system prompt. If your system depends on one person to function, is it strong or simply centralized? Subscribe to SayenMythos for more mythic systems decoded through power, sovereignty, and the hidden architecture of civilization. An empire is most vulnerable the moment its throne is empty.